A land conquered. That's a powerful phrase. When you hear it, what do you see? A home worn down by the boots of empire? A people torn apart by strife or bowed and bent by oppression? That's what they want you to see. When they conquered our home, the empire thought they had taken everything from us. But what they don't understand is, the more you take, the hungrier people get. And friend, we got hungry. When we had lost everything, we found each other. We found ancient truths and forgotten poems and stories that told us who we used to be. Together, we drove out the conquerors. Now, our home, our haven, is a land reclaimed.
You see, Nan, they took Nan away from us, and
welcome to our Blaseball podcast. Real quick, I just want to talk to you about NordVPN. How is it going, everyone? Thank you so much. If you're here in the chat right now, thanks for being in here. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for spending your perfectly normal Wednesday evening with us. We love you all. Just want to get that out of the way at the top. It's a kind of a crazy week. I mean, we had a cliffhanger last week, and now here we are, getting ready to get back to it. If you don't know who we are, this is Alderds here, and this is our halfway episode of Haven Land Reclaimed, an actual play live stream of Legacy Free from the Yoke by Minerva McJanda and Fyodor Kasatkin. It is a Mesoamerican and South Asian-inspired fantasy world that is full of rich texture and cultural details, all collaboratively created by the fine folks here. It's a fantastic game. If you've never played it, it's all about like collaborative world building and stuff like that, as well as epic adventure and fantasy nonsense, which is what we're about to get to. But first, I just want to give a quick shout out. If you are having a good time, if you've enjoyed the show in the past, or if you find yourself enjoying the show and want to hang out more, you can check out the Discord, which I believe is linked in the channel description, where you can hang out with us. We are also sponsored lovingly, not by NordVPN, but by So Nerdware, which has the awesome tagline, "It's what the nerds wear." You can use the code WRASSLE, WRASSLE, to save yourself some percentages of electrons or whatever digital currency is when you put your order. You can save 10%. So that's probably enough for a cup of coffee a day. Or you could help an underprivileged child in a country far away from here, depending on what commercials you watch. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you what to do with your 10%, just that you can get 10% more stuff or by saving it when you buy from So Nerdware. Now that we've done all of that, I would love to introduce the cast, crew, friends, and close companions.
Enemies? Oh.
I mean,
Which
not
one?
yet.
Friends, two enemies.
Friends, two enemies.
Friends.
Yeah, Friends to Friends is probably my favorite genre of fan fiction. It's where like two characters who are friends, move into a New York City apartment above a coffee shop, and they have weekly adventures with no people of color at all.
no, I thought Friends to Friends is when Chandler and Joey switch bodies, and
And they learn a lot about the situation and how they're actually
and then they
closer
pivot
than you
or
think.
something. I guess
It all depends on which fan fiction site you're on. If it's
Freaky Friends Day,
AO3, yeah. Anyway, your life is not a joke, even if you're broke. I hope your love life is not DOA. Let's introduce people. For the love of God, save us from this bit. Simon, please bail us out. Pull up.
It's me, Simon. I've got bits for days. You can find me on Twitter at Lucha Libres. My pronouns are he, him. Today I'm going to be playing a couple of different people. The Newfound Family playbook, that's my house. We're also known as the Woven. And so my agent for this age is a factor named Shochi, whose pronouns are she, her. And I was playing Cuauhtemoc, the commander of some forces down in the south, who got murked by a crab mech. So let's all pour one out for that. And I'm sure that nothing else terrible will happen to anybody else in the wake of returning colonialism.
If only all of our allies hadn't gone to do some other bullshit somewhere else.
Speaking of which, it's me. I'm Alex, and I am playing the source, or maybe recipients, or both of the aforementioned bullshit, the Forgers of Unbroken Bonds, whose name proved surprisingly accurate last week when their volcano city erupted, got lava everywhere that it's not supposed to be, and then almost all of the other factions came over and helped, and it was really nice. We made friends with some fire elementals with the power of music via my agent, Chimali, who uses she, her pronouns. Oh, I'm Alex. I use he, him pronouns. And that was a really fun, nice time, except for the horrible, spooky fire elemental possessed person, whatever they are, who's hanging out there now. We'll find out what goes on with that.
Yeah, a world away is in the game, but not in real life. Just kind of down there is Rue. Excellent. Veeb had recently been experiencing visions of the ancient past of Haven, which is amazing. Oh, apparently you cannot be heard, Rue.
Oh.
While we...
That is fixed. I forgot.
There we go. Introduce yourself again, Rue.
Take it. Hello, I'm Rue. My pronouns are she, her. I play with the faction the Ashes of Prithvi, which are the teachers of the ancient truth. And I also play as the character Veeb, whose pronouns are she, her, and she is one of the council leaders of the Ashes.
Yes. And Veeb had recently been experiencing visions of the ancient past of Haven when it was all submerged beneath the sea. Ooh, and we'll kind of get to that also here shortly. Thank you all for kind of recapping as we introduce ourselves. Now it's up to you, Viditya.
Hi, I'm Viditya. I use he, him pronouns, and I am playing the Sages of Cinder faction. They're like a religion. They're like a major religious group in our land of Haven. The original playbook is Church of the Forgotten Lands, and the the person, my main character that I've been playing is Mithra, who uses he, she pronouns, Mithra currently is hanging out with Simon and Alex's character as we as Mithra said, you know what we should do in the wake of this calamity? I guess start a coup.
Rue.
So Mithra is currently trying to open up a gate without the authority of the arbiters of our land.
It is good times had by all, but perhaps the one having the best time is Kevin.
I am Kevin. My pronouns are he, him. For now, the river folk. And I also play for now, whose pronouns are they, them. And While others are carrying out sedition, I'm defending the land from colonizers and watching my new allies die.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, that's very good. I am JR. I am not Fungin Dan, though I wish I was. I am playing the Arbiters, and we are using the Guardians of History playbook, which is a faction of sort of kind of reactionary forces who would rather preserve things the way they are and kind of go back to a glory that maybe never existed. We don't talk about them too much, but considering that we got a coup coming up, yeah, there's a reason for it.
A soft coup. I should have said a soft coup, but whatever.
My pronouns are he, him, and I'll tell you the pronouns of the various characters I play as we get to them. Speaking of characters, though, let us set the scene. I think around the world, things are going down. I think deep within the ancient temple in the forgotten jungle where the kelp forest creeps up and encroaches on the land, Wynn is facing down with both a colonizer and a crab mech and their undead cousin. In fact, I think let's kind of start there. You're kind of caught in this moment where your cousin, now calling themselves Storm Clouds at Dusk, has said, "You killed our god. Now you will answer for that," and kind of demands that you face them. Meanwhile, Captain, what did we name him? Captain Dumond.
Sure.
The pilot of who's an Imperial captain, also returned from the grave, who is piloting this crab mech, has turned away at the urging of Storm Clouds at Dusk and is about to advance on your allies. Wynn, what do? You kind of, I think. Do you try and face down your cousin, or go after the mech, or a third option?
Fucking gun spear in one hand and golden axe in the other, smoldering golden axe in the other.
Yeah.
Standing over Kotema, like bisected by the fucking crab. Oh fuck. Like, is it clear that the crab mech is just gonna wipe out all my?
Oh yeah, creators? Yeah. Like they will all die if you do not intervene. Or maybe some of them will get away, but it's not gonna, like, you can fight the crab mech because you are a mighty bogatir. You are wielding an heirloom axe that is currently being haunted by spirits.
Exactly. Fuck it. I go for the crab mech. Oh god.
Yeah. All right. What do you do? Yeah. Tell me, what does it look like?
Well, we side scrolls into the room, and then we hear that Mega Man music, and then Crabman says lines. And...
we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Don't worry. That's not yet. That's not when this theme music plays.
Good.
I think that when, like, they start, like, they'll point the spear and, like, do the anime pose and like be about to make the whole speech, and then suddenly just go into a run and run past the cousin. Just fake them out. Like, yeah, you're gonna listen to me monologue. Nope, just run past and try and, like, jump up on the back of the crab mech.
I love it.
Try and what's it? Assault, I think.
Fiercely assault is the
assault.
move.
Oh shit! I do not have the whole point open. Oh fuck! I need to log into Roll20. Hang on.
You got dice right next to you. Don't you?
Yeah, you've got, just roll those
I can do
dice.
this the
What kind of
old-fashioned way.
gamer are you?
I keep rolling amazingly with my physical dice. I'm never using Roll20 now.
Fuck me. That's real bad. That's real bad. I'm pretty sure I have at best of +3 might, and I rolled a 3 on the dice, so that's a 6. That's a failure.
Now that would be a bad thing, except Cuauhtemoc was a leader.
That's true.
When you die,
Right.
and you died, you currently have 3 hold that you can spend when you wish to give another character's roll advantage. Each beneficiary says how your memory inspires them.
Oh fuck yes!
I'm gonna spend it.
I remember you, Cuauhtemoc, from 8 seconds ago.
But yeah, I think Wien, give us this like super anime end of like Okami kind of moment as Cuauhtemoc's memory inspires you, and roll another d6.
I haven't played Okami, but
Oh well, you should. It's very good.
It's a good
I
game.
think as Win is running, like they're like we in this animated episode we get like the speed lines going back, and like the blood that splash from Cuauhtemoc on Win's face like starts to bleed down over one eye, so like they start to see red, like they literally see red, and like they taste it in their mouth, and like they're just thinking like how Cuauhtemoc was actually tactical about the way they approached this combat and most combats. Unlike Wien let this get too personal and got caught up in the feelings, and so I think that's what they're only charging at the crab mech now because it is facing away, because they can fling, because it's like
I love
it's
it.
not facing. Yeah.
Roll for me one more die, please.
One more.
You got this. You got this.
More roll.
Oh, that brings me up to an 8.
All right.
It's a hit.
5 on the
is-
dice and a +3.
That is a hit. So, when you hit on Fiercely Assault, you get to pick from the list of Fiercely Assault options. And I also get to do some stuff back to you. Do you have the list of moves open?
I do. I choose 2, correct?
Sweet. Yes.
Okay. Learn something useful. I want to learn a weakness of the mech.
Totally. I think while you're on its back, right, you realize this is like an armored shell, but underneath you can kind of see there's like a glowing light, and it's kind of shining through cracks in this like marble undercarriage. I think you kind of recall the forgers talking about sealing spirits in with like white marble, and this looks to be damaged. You could if you could attack that, especially with your weird effect,
Yes.
it would be vulnerable to you.
Right.
So you pick 1, and then I choose 2.
Oh no, I pick. Oh no, yeah, I choose 1. You pick. Sorry, I misread it.
All right. I think as you leap on, I'm going to pick the crowd rolls around and kind of flings you from its back. And in that moment, one of your raiders kind of rushes up to it and tries to keep it from finishing you off. And with a sweep of the massive glaive that it's holding, it kind of sends like 3 of them flying back.
Oh, no.
And I think erase one of the tags from that group of followers.
Fuck. Okay.
Ouch.
Oh no.
I never thought about how their
Oh.
tags could be like their hit points. That's intense.
Yeah. Hang on. I know they have 2. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
find them on here.
And while you do that, the other thing is that pool of water is roiling. I think the water kind of recedes, but as it recedes, like there's a rippling in the air, and like though there isn't any water in this room, your hair starts floating
Oh fuck.
as though you are underwater.
That's not good.
Your movements don't seem to be slowed, at least not yet, but all of the motion is like it is underneath a spirit sea that cannot be felt.
My God.
Fuck, that sounds bad, and both I and Win do not understand why.
And we'll leave Win there for just a moment.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, across the world, in the lava, the hot. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for. In the hot depths of Skyfire Peak, as y'all have crossed this like river, this lake of lava to approach the ancient temple that the forgers use to crown their tempered monarch. You find you all found yourselves, and you all here being Chimali, Shochi, and Mithra. You find yourselves face to face with a fire, like a human body, right? But it is entirely it's entirely flames, and it's not like they're made of flames or anything. But it's like, have you ever watched like an old cartoon or any cartoon where like it's like there's a pattern beneath reality, right? There's like where they move, it's like part of the pattern shifts around them. So when they move forward, it's like there's this pattern of flame that they're kind of moving through, and that's what's beneath them, along with two like black onyx points that are their eyes. There are no other like human features on this face, but they are wearing a large regal like feathered cloak, also made of flame, and have beckoned you into the temple. They, thanks to the quick action and beautiful panpipe playing of Chimali, master of the pan flute,
I forgot about the pan flute.
You calmed down what otherwise might have been an attack by fire spirits, as this being identifying itself as the speaker in flames has approached you. When last we left, there was a ring of ash in the air around the volcano that y'all were at, and as it kind of was a perfect mirror of the gate, which are these big like stone rings kind of set into the ground or other places of great stability and elemental and spiritual power. And lightning was crackling on both, as in the ashen ring above the volcano, the sky opened up and a starlit void could be seen from within. What are the three of y'all doing?
I think I'm riding on my my riding raptor, as you do, and I think I have not gone ahead after the speaker in flame, but I'm sort of like keeping back to catch up and at least have a moment of conferring with the two of you. I'm kind of looking at Shochi like, what do we do now? I didn't actually think that pan flute thing was going to work, but I'm glad it did.
What do I call you? What is your title?
Oh man, that is a good question.
Your grace? Your...
I think it's just like ambassador, probably.
You're...
I guess I could Google what a title for an ambassador is. How to address
Your Honor.
Ambassador, I think. Mr. Mrs. Mix.
They are, yeah, referred to as Mr. or Madam Ambassador. That's interesting.
You could go another route, give yourself a title like speaker or voice of, or like hands of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, good question. I think what would the forgers specifically call an ambassador? I think I'm gonna think about that.
Yeah.
What's a tool
Because I
that
just
you can...
wanted thinking like my liege or your grace or whatever. I think that's how she refers to you for sure. Is like with respect.
Yeah.
Ambassador. This is a creature of your land and purview. We only cursorily understand the beings that dwell above ground. We deal with those who have already passed and are of different lands. Our connection to this land is limited.
Well, I just want you to know, my friend, and I give you like a pat on the shoulder because I'm up above you on this dinosaur.
Right.
I greatly value any insight that you have. You have a keen mind, and I'm sure it can be put to any task. And you as Melmitra. You're also here.
Mither just kind of like puts the hand up and is like, "No, it's fine."
Above you, that starlit sky, which is just within that ring, kind of, it's not completely opaque yet, right? It's like translucent. You can see your own sky behind it, but it's kind of becoming more and more real, slowly. It's not like happening, in 5 minutes or whatever, but like at some point that thing's going to open up.
I'm definitely taking Kevin's suggestion in the chat of your radiance, not the fire.
Ooh, that's good.
It's away. That's extremely cool.
Very good.
Man.
I could do a poetry sometimes.
If you wanted to see more poetry, buy Kevin's games.
Oh, good.
Look at that call to action.
Yeah.
Damn.
Put a
Is it
link
the
in the
real
chat.
winconditions.itch.io?
There's that plug. There's that command.
So yeah, what are?
I think Mithra is like probably like didn't react to it. Would probably like actually be a little bit more like, excuse me, I am here, but like is like a little distracted.
A little distracted. There's a
Yeah, and is like looking up at the sky, and like you see a huge grin on her face. Like she's like, "Oh hell yeah!" Like this is happening. As like, and then like Mithra probably like tries to get like a beat on the speaker. And like it would, I feel like I can't remember if like I asked this last time, but would this be a spirit or a figure that Mithra would like have read about or known about or something like that?
You did not ask this last time, but I think give me an unearthed forgotten lore.
Ooh, nice.
Because
Well,
there is a move for this.
There is kind of what I was.
That's kind of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It also goes off when you investigate a landmark, and we are walking into a landmark right now.
Oh, hell yeah.
As we walk into this landmark, assuming you all go in, Jamali, what have you ever been to this temple? Have you been to like Skyfire Peaks, hallowed halls before?
I think probably yeah. I think that
Okay.
so one of the big ceremonies here is when someone wants to try to become the Tempered Monarch and have absolute power over the Forgers. And we've talked before about there's a bridge over the lava that they try to walk across, and like they sort of burn on the way there. And once they reach the halfway point, they will either stop burning and start healing, and when they get across, they win, and they're the monarch now, or they will start turning into a fire elemental and like be subsumed into the mass of fire spirits that are powering the volcano.
So, what should it look like? And then I'll tell you what it does look like.
Yeah. I think that there are around the edges of the caldera, there are like, I think it's kind of got a Colosseum-y, like arena seating has been carved into it. I think that you can come here and like watch the ceremony, and there's lots of like protective runes and things carved into and inlaid in the seats so that people don't get burned by being right next to the lava. Yeah, I think it's a public event when or it can be. Somebody can be like, I'm gonna go try and become the ruler. Come watch, it'll be great.
Very cool. What it looks like, as like there are still those elements there, right? Like you can see like there's the bridge, but it's become like as you descend the stairs to where the bridge would be over the caldera, that bridge is part of the main pathway of a like a city-sized road, and this whole place is a great palace, but it's a palace in like the big like South Asian kind of way, you know, where it like the whole city would be encompassed within the walls of this palace, right? There are other buildings and things here. There's this whole like other construction here. There is a massive like what we would think of as a palace, a massive like building, a temple, a facade kind of at the very end of the bridge, and it is ornately and beautifully decorated. If you've ever read like and looked at old paintings by the forgers from before the Empire, this kind of has that style. It's like forged straight out of your mythology. And there are people here. Well, there are fire spirits here, and they are kind of milling around. Some of them look to be soldiers. Some of them look to be common citizens. When the speaker steps down and sets foot onto the bridge, they all kind of in unison turn to face them and like bow and part. Cutting a path towards that central building for you all.
Whoa.
The speaker turns and says, "Appoint thyselves well within these hallowed halls. While staying here, no blade shall strike, no harm shall thee befall." And they gesture for you to follow them in.
That's cool.
Shochi, you're kind of getting a different picture of things from most people. All of that's real, but you can kind of see that it's shaped like it's shimmering, right? Like a heat mirage. It's not that it's not here, but it's being constructed out of the heat. And I think you aren't distracted or impacted by the fumes from this place because you have your spirit rebreather masks. So Chimali and Mithra, I'm afraid rolls you make, for now at least, are going to be at disadvantage.
Okay.
Nice.
Does that include my current unearth?
Yes.
No.
3d6.
3d6, take the lowest 2.
Okay, that's 9 plus 2. That's still a 10. Okay, I mean that's
right.
Oh, thank God.
Good
I
roll.
rolled very well.
Good roll. So
Okay.
you just ask 2 questions. Whose ancestors are most tied to this place? What was it made to remember? What dangers is it hiding? And how can I draw on this for power?
Okay. So I guess just another reminder. Mithra's whole thing was, I want to go here. I want to learn to open this gate. We can open this gate together, Chimali and I, because we can combine our powers, basically. We were one great, powerful...
Well, yeah. Mithra,
family.
this very much evokes the ancient stylings of the Church of the Sages of Cinders as well. Like, there are elements of both cultures at work here.
Oh, God. Yeah, I think Mithra's is just so excited to, and like when the speaker says like as long as you are here no harm shall come to you, Mithra's like kind of feels like a home, because that is a tradition that like their temples and their sacred sites like very explicitly hold, like an actual power that we have on our sanctuaries.
It is.
And there's probably like a familiar feeling of like walking into a space like that. So I think Mithra's gonna like is gonna try and like talk to it, I guess. But I want to know These are very good questions. Okay, well, the first one I want to know is, what was it made to remember?
This place was made to remember a time, and I think as you look around, you kind of can see like patterns of cloth, straight out of like ancient texts. You can see, people. I think you hear voices that sound like that sound like they could be from Chimali's people, or that sound like they could be from your people.
Mhm.
And I think you kind of put together this was meant to remember a time when the flames burned together.
Oh God! Oh yes.
Wow.
And then to move forward on her initial plan, how can I draw on this for power?
You can, I think you especially can call upon the flame within yourself,
Mhm.
but perhaps you might be able to call upon the flame within this place as well.
Okay. So I have some things I want to do, but I just want to make it clear. I do.
Mhm.
I kind of want to move towards learning a ritual here.
Yeah.
So like, I think Mithra's going to attempt to like walk up towards the speaker and like match pace with it, and we'll be like, "Oh, great spirit, thank you for allowing us into your halls and into your sanctuary. As you can see, our world is in danger. We are disconnected, and we are unraveling after a time of turmoil. Believe that you, the great old spirits of a time and of a house much grander than those that we have right now, hold truths and power that will let us," and then I like point to myself and Chimali, and then like even kind of point towards Shochi and stuff like this, like, let us hold in our hands the keys to our future. Could you please, and then like Mithra kind of like, like kneels, like gets on her legs and kind of bows. Would you please teach me a way, teach us a way to control what is happening in the world right now, to open the gates and save our people?
Cool.
Our shape is born to blaze and spark and burn. Your shape is shaped to build and grasp and learn. We borrow your shape to learn what you seek. You must borrow ours.
Again, like Mithra's kind of smiling. I think it's, and I feel like there is, there's supposed to be like a reverence when you speak to spirits, especially for us. But I think like Chimali and Shochi can just see Mithra's kind of like vibrating, is like, is kind of like breaking composure. And like it even like comes up in her voice. He's like, well, you see, great speaker, I have spent my life dedicated to the flames within me, much like those around us. I believe that my body is but a vessel. If you can teach me to separate myself from it, to move the flame out without losing it, we could save people. We could make a better future. I believe I can shape like you.
That sounds like either you want to you're asking someone to do something for you. So that's either find common ground, or I could see also this being like investigating a ritual from the past. I'll leave that to you to tell. Like, I guess it depends more on like, are you trying to get the spirit to do something, or are you trying to like, through talking to the spirit, connect with the land?
I think like I want to learn a ritual because a ritual requires me to have a tutor. So it is like me trying to convince it to be a tutor.
Okay.
And whether that means I have to find common ground or not, that's a bunch of other stuff. But
Yeah, go ahead and let's do find common ground. And I think, even so, even though you're being very irreverent and that is working in your favor, you're still at disadvantage here. This is not a place you're meant to be, you know?
Right.
Good luck, buddy.
I know.
Crash and burn.
Crash and burn. What is it? Plus cunning? Oh wait, I don't think Mitch is good at that.
Oh no! Consequences to my actions.
Overreaching? What?
Whoops.
Is it keep lowest too?
You can always call for it.
Yeah, that's
You can always call for aid.
Holy smokes.
after failing to roll as well as you like. So
I'm doing pretty good. So I got
Jesus.
an 11 minus 1. That's still a 10. Ooh.
All right.
Another's like,
So-
I'm here for it. I need this.
On a hit, they'll do it for you if you meet their turns. On a 10 plus, I pick 1. And I get to pick from a third party vouches for you. They can add or remove specific things to the task. They can back out as soon as the task costs them anything. You reduce the threat you pose to them. You can give them something now that's worth it. You reveal your full agenda here. Their faction gains influence on your house. What do they say? Yes. Little ember, glowing so faintly. The fire you seek within also lies without. Lend us your flame, lend us your spark, and we shall teach you what you seek.
Oh shit.
I think like they're wanting to take that from you.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit. Huh.
Shochi is standing behind you and like very gently puts like 2 fingers against the back of your shoulder blade, looking directly at the spirit, and just kind of leans ever like 2 inches closer and just says, "Do not give in to astonishment, Mithra."
Oh, sick. Oh my god.
meanwhile, by the way, Chamali is not paying attention at all. She has a little notebook and she's sketching the architecture of the buildings like feverishly,
yeah.
like filling pages.
God, yes.
That's good.
So what do you do, Mithra?
Oh, jeez. I think Shochi's words kind of snap Mithra out of it for at least a second, and she finds herself like, if it pains me to say that I may not be able to give you my flame yet. We have much work to do, and I believe I'm still needed here.
How disappointing, but we understand.
Oh. But anything you need, anything you can offer.
We yearn for the sky. And looking up, like framed, you can see that starlit void kind of taking on, more solid form.
Oh.
That's cool. I think Chamali hears that and sort of like perks up from what she was doing. She says, "Then the legends are true. The Starfire Peak was really formed, where the flame fell in love with the stars. That's so lovely.
All legends are true.
I suppose you're right. But I never thought I would be talking to one myself.
You're awfully quiet, says the speaker, looking at you, Shochi.
Forgive me, Spirit. It's not my place to speak out of turn when addressing matters that are not mine.
Your respect carries you well. And there's like a moment where the spirit kind of locks eyes with you, and within that obsidian, like it's not something familiar, but there's almost for a moment not kinship, but like the respect you would give a peer. You kind of feel that pass between you for a moment, as though it's recognized something that maybe you don't see, you know, like. Very well. Our call will be answered when the moon crosses the ring. You have disposal of this place and of us, music bearers.
Disposal, you say? That's And what exactly do you mean?
The speaker kind of claps, and like a flame roars up, and there in its place is a hunched over, you know, very respectfully well appointed fire spirit. This is much more like one of the fire spirits that your people become, Chamali. I can show you to your rooms. I can I can give you shelter, succor. If you need food, well, I don't know that we have anything that you all can eat, but I apparently shall be your guide.
Very different energy.
Apparently.
I love this little buddy.
Quaint.
I'm going to say, I think I hop down off of my dinosaur to get on the level of the little fire servant, and I say, we would be greatly honored to receive your hospitality, and it is so gracious of you to offer.
And it's like hunched down to be at level with you, but when it straightens up, and I think this one is kind of a little more masculine. When he stands up, he's like 7 feet tall and very very thin, you know.
Hell
like
yeah.
Like arms that kind of go straight out and then kind of at 90 degrees come back in as it leans over.
Mhm.
Whoa. Cool.
I think like as we maybe start to break outward, or just to see the amenities, Mithra is gonna hang back with the speaker for a second, and we'll like turn around and we'll kind of like put a finger. It's like, oh, sorry, 1 second, I'll be right back to the others. Dear, you know, I forgot what honorifics I used for it before. oh, great spirit. If you would humor me for one more question.
Walk with me. And it kind of like they reach out an arm and offer to sweep you along to speak. Chamali and Shochi, you all have some time. I think we're gonna cut away, but I would like to know what you all get up to, and we can kind of check back in with you when we come back to that. What are you all wanting to do in this city now that you're here?
So it's like all spirits.
Yeah, it is all fire spirits. The one that has been conjured up is like way more real than everything else. It's not made of that shimmering kind of heat mirage. It is just a being of living flame that has, that was once a forger, perhaps ages ago, since they are much less human. And I think one of the things that we've established in this world is that spirits, as they become more closely connected to the land, become less human and start to take on longer views and are people in like broader strokes. But it is much more solid than anything else around here. But yeah.
So what Shoshi's doing, for one, is as she's like sort of breaking off and walking along, she's got her bone wardens with her, the detachment, who are scholarly in addition to being spiritual.
They are.
And our people have a need for attunement. So she is talking to them as they're walking. As you can see, this place is rife with magic and spirits of above. You know, 'tis Paul and his cronies have deigned it more important to nip at each other's heels and call the rabble in line than address the needs of our people. I should see that done properly. I am entrusting you with a simple task. Investigate the nature of the spirits here. See if there are those who will be willing to sign compacts that we may bind an agreement between our peoples, come to a mutual understanding.
Very well. What did we decide your title was again? It
was like Our Lady of Quetzals.
Yes, that's right.
Ooh.
As you say, Our Lady of Quetzals. We are more than happy to serve.
So I'm directing them to do a task.
You are. So I believe that is Act Under Orders. Which is a move that is for gear. So let me scroll down to there. When you direct your followers to perform a task within their specialty, roll plus tags. On a 10+, they do it no problem. On a 7 to 9, it's done, but pick from a list of problems.
So I rolled my fancy new dice.
Ooh.
I'm not sponsored by Die Hard Dice, but I used to buy their dice for retail.
Dang.
Those are nice.
These lovely little translucent ones.
Those are
Yeah.
Brand new
smacks.
design. Halloween. I treated myself for some Halloween dice.
Nice.
Go check them out. But I got an 8.
You got an
But
8?
I have 3 tags on my my friends. That's an 11.
Oh, sweet. They do it no problem. I think when we pick back up, I'll ask you to tell me what kind of spirits they have brought to meet with you. And Chimali, what are you doing before we cut away?
So I might have a mechanic from my house that actually kicks off. Our lifestyle is a craft for every season. You travel from settlement to settlement, sharing your skills in a festival of arts and crafts. When your house arrives in a new settlement, say where you set up and what new craft you learn. Pick a tag your gear from a particular category has for as long as you stay there.
I think that's appropriate here.
Yeah, we're in a whole new city, right?
And that reminds me, you've entered a whole new city. So Shochi
Is it kind
also
of the
has some
settlement?
stuff. I think it does. I don't know necessarily if you're.
I don't know if I can drop spies into a spirit city.
I don't think this is permanent enough for that. But
Okay.
okay.
I do get a
I'm
get a rumor. I do get some gossip from a local priest. There's no local
Oh.
priest here, so we're good.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You'll get your gossip. Don't worry.
Good
Oh,
goss.
cool.
Hot goss.
I got some hot guys.
We'll get to that when you come back. So what do you want to learn? What do you want to do, Chimali?
I think I want to set up in Let's see. I think there's got to be some really good blacksmithing techniques by people who are entirely made out of fire. So I think I'm gonna have my followers set up in whatever the blacksmithing region of this city is,
Mhm.
and try to figure out some of their techniques.
I think that works. And what about you?
For me personally, I think I want. So what I want to do is I want to have Chumali, since she's an architect, continue like studying and asking about the architecture here, because it's like lost knowledge, from a time before they have like records of that are complete. And I
Mhm.
think it kind of makes sense to me that this could be a learner ritual, because she wants to like I want to like absorb this style so that I could like recreate this, a building of these people as it
Okay.
was.
Now, I guess, whom do you want to learn a ritual from?
That's a good question.
Is it? It seems like Mithra is going off with the Speaker of Flame. You could probably run after them and try to catch up, or you could. I mean, there's people here. There's lots of spirits, and they are all
Yeah.
very friendly to you all right now.
Cool. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna go around and like just sort of distributedly learn it from like the city and the populace, like just going around and asking everybody like, hey, how do you make your roof like that?
So, as part of your move, your a craft for every season, pick a tag that your gear from a particular category has, as long as you're there. So that's armory, transport, or followers.
Oh, interesting.
So pick one tag, and we'll worry about that when we zoom back in. And why don't you give me a roll, learn a ritual, which is also a house, or not a house, a character move.
I'm gonna say that our outfits get regal. They're impressive and eye-catching, because I think that they have a lot of impressive eye-catching stuff here that we can end up like adding on embellishments and stuff that will make us look more impressive.
I think so. Perfect. And go ahead and roll plus lore.
Okay,
When you
is this-
learn a ritual, roll plus lore.
This one's still at a disadvantage.
This is at a disadvantage.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Here we go. 3 dice. Oh my god. I got a 6, and a 4. Hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Who needs,
Oh,
who
good
needs
dice.
to roll normally?
Yeah, this is fine. I'll roll
What's
5
your
dice and pick low.
what's your lore?
It's +1.
Ah, sweet. So on a 10 plus, your tutor picks 1. You cannot use this ritual to affect spirits of fire.
Makes sense.
And you what do you want to learn to do?
I think I want to learn to like build a building of this style or modify an existing building with this architecture.
Okay.
I don't really know what I want that to do. I think she's very
That's-
hyped about it in general.
That's a good jumping off point. Let's leave you all to your tasks in this city of heat, and zoom in very close on Veeb. You have awoken. Where are you?
When Veeb awakes, I think I was gonna say she was in like her little room, but
Right. That's where she went to sleep. That's where she had her vision. But where does she wake up?
Ooh.
And we can cut over to our map.
Oh, yes. Let's do that. Ooh. You mean like anywhere on the map? Where does she wake
Mm-hmm.
up? Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking very small. I was like, maybe she's in another building.
I mean, it could be as small as that, but I think the land wanted to show you something. So where does
Um,
The Dairy Queen.
Yeah, in the Dairy Queen.
For her second,
Absolutely.
when she's like not entirely awake, she's like, "Is that ice cream?" And then she falls back asleep.
Underbuster.
Oh my god.
I wonder what that is. She wakes up again and she's like, "Oh, there was something I was supposed to remember, but I forgot."
Come up with a new business idea.
That's the deleted scene. That's the Easter egg we've hidden on the DVD release of this.
You gotta click on the right place in the menu to find it.
Oh my
Mhm.
god.
Oh shoot. I feel like somewhere near the kelp forest would be cool, but it,
Yeah, I think that sounds appropriate.
yeah, I think that makes sense.
When you awaken, you hear the sounds of violence. You can hear a very loud roar. Like for a moment, everything is peaceful, and you hear a very loud roar as of flame or something. And then you hear this scraping of metal and stone, and like the whole place you're in kind of shakes a little bit. And you very quickly come to your senses and realize you are in a room within the gate temple here. And there are people fighting without. In fact, you recognize, because Veeb knows Win. Y'all
Yes.
have learned from each other. You recognize them. They have currently been hurled off of the back of a giant armored crab.
Oh my god. Viv is just like
Remember that crab that you saw and then left?
look, you sowed your own mess. That's not my problem.
This is your sacred site.
Viva's like, damn it, I didn't. Why am I back here? I was
And just
back home.
just to answer a question real quick, the roar was from a gun spear blast, not from the crab.
Okay, alright.
But gun spears also sound like crabs.
They go rawr.
Yeah.
They do.
What do you do, Veeb? I think you've kind of awoken at the moment that Win has been thrown gracefully, but thrown nevertheless
Yeah.
from the back of this crab.
God. I'm trying to think.
Mm-hmm.
She wasn't here when Win first decided this, right? Like when we separated, it was just that first initial fight. Okay.
Wait, like I
Right?
You were
Can we talk
you were
about-
yeah.
Oh, I was there.
You were at that hot springs episode with
Yeah.
with
Oh,
Win
that's right.
and Mithra. So I don't know that you would have seen like all of this happen, but you knew
What
I
was
think what they were
happening?
planning.
Okay.
you knew,
Win,
I think if we
yeah.
had words, like known Win was gonna stay behind
Okay.
Mhm.
and like see the job out, like while y'all left. Like
Okay. Alright, in that case, for like a second, she just zeroes in on Win and is like, oh, you with this foolhardy plan, like, and is just like wanting to like go straight for them, but then like kind of takes a second to see the rest of the situation and realizes like there's obviously like a much bigger fight happening.
Yeah, there are Win's raiders kind of trying to avoid the crab. There is a couple other figures here that are fighting against Win, and there's also the Woven that are here still as well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
does Veeb see the undead?
Oh yeah, Veeb definitely sees storm clouds at dusk. They're a hard figure to miss. In fact, I think when Veeb sees them, like you recognize that something is unnatural. Like there's just like a revulsion within you.
Interesting.
And I'm just gonna tick up turmoil by 1 more.
What? No.
That was a part of your
Don't mind that.
that was a part of the situation becomes destabilized and chaotic.
I don't think this is not that chaotic.
Oh, okay.
We still got this under control.
It's gonna get so much more chaotic.
Well, in that case,
Well, in that case,
They got a mech, we got a gun spear. Like it balances out.
That's fine.
yeah. What do you do, Phoebe?
Vive is in like a place by herself, like off to the side or something.
If you have followers, they are with you. Like you have all your
Oh.
standard gear. I'm not gonna take that away from you.
Interesting. My poor followers are like, why are we here?
Actually, I don't think they would be. On second thought, I'm tempted to,
Yeah,
but no. I
that's
think
fair.
the land is speaking to you in particular
Yeah.
here.
That seems odd. They would all get rid
That would
from their
be-
beds.
yeah. No, that would amusing as that would be. I don't think that's what happens here.
That works out actually, because I think Viva's gonna go into kind of scout mode and try to parse out what's happening in the situation rather than just running in all willy-nilly. And also, I think like when they separated, she was already not really into this idea and had like parted with slightly harsh words for Win about the ancestors would like judge them for their deeds and stuff. So I think she's just like, okay, well, I'm gonna take my time because I just arrived here. See what's going on.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
There's stuff happening.
The storm clouds at dusk notices you.
Oh no.
And leaps in a single bound from the ground floor, the bottom part of this temple, all the way up to the story that you're on, to the chamber you were near. They rush towards you with a spent gun spear in hand, striking with their blade. What do you do?
Goodness.
Shoot.
An 11-year-old. Get her.
And I think they cry out, "Win, come get your whelp."
Rude. That's what I say. Viv, however, keeps her composure. And as you heard people underestimate her plenty of times, so she's whatever about it.
Oh fuck yeah.
What did she do? Gotta look through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Character moves.
So there's disarm, fiercely assault, find common ground, maybe a few others.
Okay. She'll just go with disarm. She still isn't like. She needs a little bit of time to figure out exactly what's going on and like why this person seems like a little off from regular enemies. So I think she's just gonna disarm for now.
Okay. Roll disarm. And tell me what you're trying to do to like make the situation safe.
Let me see. I think she just like pulls out an arrow and is just gonna use that to try to like stop the blade coming in and slicing her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like she's just gonna totally disregard whatever they said, and it's like, who are you? What is happening?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
6 plus bravery. Oh hell yeah!
Roll plus bravery.
Ooh, I need those 3.
How do we do?
Got an 11.
Oh, perfect. So on a 10 plus,
Yay.
So tell me what it looks like as you stop this deadly strike from
Yeah.
landing.
This
This is Vib's moment to shine.
Yeah, so think the arrow she pulls out, she has like different types of arrows, and so this one is like a metal arrow, like a metal bodied arrow. So a little bit stronger than her other ones, and she just uses it as like kind of to parry the gun blade, and then like sidestep out of the way, so that she can like get into like a good position to have like another arrow just like straight going that's got like fire just burning on the edge of it, and it's just like she's like, you brought the fight to me, so I need to know what the stakes are. Who are you? What is going on?
I am storm clouds at dusk.
Ooh.
Alright.
Your people ordered the death of our god. The stakes are your life. Win. What do you do?
Maybe it's just like clearly.
That
Attention shoppers, we have a child here at customer service looking for Win. A Win can come to customer service and pick up their child.
and
Throws a rock at the announcer.
Dude, I think take a second just to double check your gear, because some of it might be important.
Oh, that's
Yes,
right.
it will be.
Win.
So Crab Mech is still on the field. Fucking
It's on the
shit up.
field. Yep. And you've learned its weakness.
Yes, I have.
Soft undershell marble
Help.
spirit housing.
I gotta. Veeb is capable. As I confronted Kotamuk about, they are independent. They are capable. They can take care of themselves. They're not a child.
There's
So,
like there's
gotta-
like a cut back to Veep saying those exact words to Win.
Yeah.
That they've learned to recite to themselves.
Yeah. And like Win backed that up when Kotamuk was like, "Oh, I don't listen to like fucking kids and shit."
They absolutely did. They absolutely did.
And then yeah, so Win is going to he's gonna lead a fierce assault against the mech.
All right.
He's gonna instruct them to like pull out the boarding axes and aim and like sort of all like focus attack.
Swarm it.
Yeah,
Yeah. Fiercely assault, please.
fiercely assault, and I get advantage when I am leading a charge of my people
You do.
as the fighter against countless enemies.
Yes.
Fuck me. Okay.
And
okay.
you, unlike your normal followers, you would never be at disadvantage here,
Exactly.
because I
And
think
then-
the mech can't outnumber you or overpower
Exactly.
you. You know. So, roll.
And even so,
plus-
I can't be I can't be at disadvantage when I am outnumbered or always have
Yeah.
advantage on the shit. Oh, fuck.
So-
Okay,
roll that plus might.
an advantage. So that's not great. That's
Oh no.
that's an 8. That's an 8.
That's an 8. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I
Choose,
thought you failed.
choose one. Your avenue of escape is clear. You inflict savage, terrifying harm and frighten your foes. You scavenge a useful piece of gear in the aftermath. You learn something useful. Ask a question and get fleeting advantage. So I guess you also have fleeting advantage from acting on this weakness.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Huh. Does it
No,
stack on
I
there?
don't think
don't
it
think
does.
so.
Getting dice.
Okay.
Alas.
Well. I inflict savage damage.
All right.
yeah.
What does that look like?
The win
I think we in like they're leading the charge and like they'll get the attention of Captain Dumont and like sort of get it to like they proc like the big slam attack, they do a Dark Souls roll, and then like all Win's adds like swarm and get a couple small hits in, and then Win comes in with the golden axe, the smoldering axe, and like cracks into that like marble like carapace shell. It's just like, oh,
And
Fuck
you
yeah.
have the weird tag on your
I
axe.
do.
So, you inflict. This is the second time you've hit this thing, and I think
It
this
is.
time it takes. Because it spent its durable tag before to ignore this, and it doesn't have one for spirit. So, the mech kind of like swipes, right? I think we get this moment where like the captain swings his glaive as you rush in, and you come in underneath, and there is a blinding flash of venomous light. And the crab mech kind of stumbles, staggers, and like plants a claw in the ground, and it's knocked back. It drags a rut into the stone temple floor, and where it kind of comes to a rest, Captain Dumont is like spat out from the like shell part, the like harness, because this is more like an exosuit than a battle mech.
Yeah.
So he comes like tumbling out. There's like a moment of meaningful eye contact, and the captain turns to Mist.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
sorry,
sorry.
he missed
What?
what? What did he miss? Sorry.
Because he's a vampire?
No, JR said he missed something, not that he turned into mist. That's not right. No, clearly he tried to hit Win, and he missed. Is what JR meant to say.
He fired again.
Yeah.
Um,
Look.
He woke up.
Four of the Hua fighters accompanying Stormclouds at dusk kind of make ready to strike at you when the water that has been here but not here rushes in.
Mhm.
Suddenly you are all submerged.
Fuck.
Oh,
Word?
wait.
Things are going okay for me.
You see Kota Mook's spirit just like chuckling, eating roasted
Just
peanuts.
floating around.
Losers.
Look at you fucking losers.
I got out of here.
Look at the
Have you
shield
been-
wall. You fucking call that a shield wall?
Veeb and Win, what are you doing?
I think because she's still like up on that other story, right? But she can just see.
Mhm.
Does she see that everything is just all of a sudden underwater?
Oh yeah, you're underwater as well.
Oh,
you're
okay.
moving normally.
Oh, no. Damn
as
it.
is Stormclouds at dusk. Like you might flow through the water, and when you jump, you float instead of that, but you're not hampered by it.
Ooh. Oh damn. She was trying to shoot a fire arrow, so this kind of changes things.
Does it?
Does it?
Ooh.
The land is on your side here.
Yeah, I think she'll for a moment panic because she's like, oh no, everything's different. This is not where we were 2 seconds ago. And then kind of is brought back to that vision that she went through and how they were going through the water, and she's like, all right, well, take a second, Veeb. Not suffocating. I seem to be okay, so she's like, I'm just gonna go with it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm just gonna like let it happen. As long as I feel like I'm fine, then it's probably fine. So yeah, I think she was she was gearing up to shoot an arrow, and I don't know if she'll be able to talk, but she tries to say, since I am a child, you'll give me a moment to get situated, right?
I think bubbles come out.
Oh no.
But make that sounds like fiercely assaulting. So
Yeah.
roll plus might as you use an appropriate weapon to hurt, capture, or drive off your enemies.
Yeah.
The amount of times we've been fiercely assaulted.
Yeah, now Vib and Win are in a race to see who's done more.
No, no. It's a 4.
You can call for aid.
You can
I'm
call
around.
for aid.
Ooh,
Another player character is around.
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Question is, would she be too proud to ask for help right now?
I mean, we have like a prior relationship. We've helped each other. This is.
That's true.
I'm here trying to reclaim your spiritual land,
She's
regardless of what the sages might say.
she's grumpy about that too. She's like, "This is get out of here. This isn't your land." Yeah, I guess she'll begrudgingly call for aid.
Okay.
So when you see
I mean,
see
you don't have
this,
to.
and you
think it's funnier.
see that boat kind of being leveraged into position, but you fought side by side with Stormclouds at dusk. You know exactly what they're about to do. You can kind of see the way their legs have tensed, and the way their grip shifts so subtly on their spear. How do you lend aid?
Well, no, I think it's Rue that has to say how I can.
Oh, is it?
lend aid.
Yeah, you say
How-
the character.
When you
That's right.
fail, you say.
How do they
tell
help
character
you?
nearby.
Ooh.
There you go.
Hmm.
No, the helper says how they do it.
After failing roll as well as you'd like, you may say what a character nearby can do to boost your efforts. If the group
And
agrees.
then they
Helper
say
says
how
how to-
they
okay.
do it. Okay, there it is.
Great, right,
So, yeah.
So what can I do
6-1
to
has
help
it.
you? Like, what's your call to action here?
Oh, let's see. What would she try to like twist this as?
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be like words that you say. This can be like
Okay.
you the player saying this is how, Win the character can come to the aid. This is your chance to kind of take the director's chair for this moment.
Gotcha. She'd probably just want you to attack him too. I think it
Okay.
makes the most sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Win, how do you attack here?
I honestly cannot remember if I fired off a shot of the gun spear.
You have.
I have. Okay.
You
So
did.
in that
you,
case-
you-
Still a spear.
that's what
This-
cracked the casing before.
Right. And then where did I put? Can you remind me the gun spear tags one more time? real quick?
Yes, they are elegant, brutal, far, and melee.
Far is what I need. So I can throw it. I would assume
Yeah, absolutely.
a spear. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Here,
there's water. I think
there's water. Why
living-
not?
living on the boat all
Yeah.
his, their life. They've done
you've-
some underwater spearfishing.
done
They've
some-
they've
yeah,
chucked down
exactly.
a spear underwater. So that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do it. They're gonna huck a spear at their dead cousin who's trying to kill this 11-year-old.
Come on.
We have fun here, people.
Yeah,
I think
so-
that plus might feels like the appropriate stat here.
If the group agrees, the helper says how they do it and rolls plus appropriate stat. Okay.
Do you have relevant backstory with Veeb?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've taught each other stuff.
Then
Then you get advantage.
take advantage.
Oh, fuck
right.
yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's at the last line after it's helpful.
You definitely taught me.
Oh, fuck yes. Okay.
She was a baby.
9, 10. That's an 11.
Yo.
Oh, perfect. All right. So, as a bunch of raiders come in, welcome. You upgrade the 6 to a 7 and 9. So that for fiercely assault, Veeb, you get to pick one from the list. You inflict savage, terrifying harm. They are. Your avenue of escape is clear. You scavenge a useful piece of gear in the aftermath, or you learn something useful, ask me a question, and get fleeting advantage acting on it. I'll pick 2.
Okay. No date. Let's go with you learn something useful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The thing you learn is that this Storm Clouds at Dusk is a vampire. They are an undead being of both flesh and spirit, and they, in addition to having the ability to turn into mist, seem to be supernaturally fast as they kind of step out of the way of your arrow.
Yeah.
But you've learned like I think you get a measure of what their capabilities are.
Okay. Cool.
So they are also like a European, like sort of mythological framework of vampire. Like,
A
like
little
an
bit.
Asian- Okay.
Um,
So we don't know
I-
necessarily.
yeah, you get kind of an idea of their like physical capabilities.
Okay.
Beyond that,
You didn't turn to bats.
no bats.
But have they leaped over tall buildings yet?
They have leapt very high.
Oh,
Yes, they have.
Oh, scary.
Can they cross running water?
Yeah, they're in running water right now.
Clearly do, right there.
A hopping Dracula.
technically, if you're in the running water, that's not really crossing.
Oh my god.
You gotta leave that tile.
Then you gotta come back.
I'm withholding advantage.
Can you 5-foot step into running water? Is that allowed? Because it doesn't take a move action.
Right.
You could go in and come back out. You didn't
Yeah,
cross.
they could. Let's
Oh my god.
Does the water get attack of opportunity?
the water does, but it misses. It rolled a 1, so let me pull from the critical failure deck. This bit
Okay.
it decapitates itself.
That's my favorite result.
Yeah.
This bit.
Win, what are you doing?
Win is, now that they no longer have the spear, they've hucked the spear. They are
Mhm.
swimming through the water towards to come and lend aid to Veeb. Or lend aid officially is a house move, but like I'm gonna do an attack. Is what
All right.
is what Win is good at.
2 feet attack.
Help.
Fiercely assault.
I'm gonna bring my raiders with me if I can.
They're kind of swimming right now. They're
Okay.
they're going for air.
Okay.
Oh.
And I'm not outnumbered,
There's
so
the
I
thing.
don't have advantage.
Should be
That
going for
way.
speed.
Stop.
Wind's all alone right now.
Also, the empty crab neck is now kind of like floating uselessly in the water. It's like its harness bay door kind of thing open still from where it spat out Captain Dumond.
Much as I would love to just hop in
Mhm.
that and like take Crabman's special ability,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta.
No,
I gotta hop
I-
out.
Get a robot.
Yeah, what's stopping you? What is the end of that statement?
Like probably a
Seriously, hours it
6-season
escape?
treatise on adolescence.
Or not.
I'm gonna be still learning how to like. I'm gonna be still looking for the ignition, and Veeb's gonna float by dead across this.
I don't know.
Babe is like, it's okay, I got it. I know how apps work, so.
He's like, you
Okay.
old man. How does my iPad work? It's got one button.
You gotta double click.
Christ.
We have fun here.
What's the use of a camera if it only shows me?
God,
Oh
DC.
fuck! I whiffed that. I whiffed my fearfully assault. That's 5.
Ooh, perfect. Do you want to call for aid?
I will call for aid from Veeb. I will be like, blah, 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 blah.
What can Veeb do to help?
I think what what Veeb sees is that Stormcloud they turn and like they gut punch Win, and they grab the axe out of Win's hands. and but like they are distracted enough that like they've turned their back on Veeb, and Veeb has some opportunity to attack.
Veeb.
All right. So I think I added, because I could with my gears add one extra tag to to my outfit. Okay, maybe this isn't as useful as I thought it would be. Oh.
No, you can add
But-
like armor and shit.
Yeah, you can, which is incredibly good and would have been amazing if either Win or Quatamok had some.
Or you can add like hardy,
Hardy
and
is
that might help you
good.
move in the water
Yeah.
better.
No, Veeb is
I
not
have
hampered
Har-
by the water.
Yeah.
Oh no, okay.
And I have Hardy actually already
Mhm.
from our assets.
Well, then you can take like what's it, regal or no, yeah, tough. Tough is the one I think.
I have
where it
that
becomes
one
armor.
too.
Regal Tough Meditative is also very good for spiritual harm. Mobile is
Right, it
you
does-
can
it
move
does
freely in
meditate.
the outfit.
That's
um,
cool.
Yeah. But while you figure that out, what do you do to help in this moment where Win has created inadvertently or totally on purpose an opportunity for you to strike?
I think she's gonna try to enrich one of the arrows that she has with a ritual. So she's gonna pull out. She's gonna hope that when she opens up her little like face, tiny like clay pot of ashes, that they don't just all fly everywhere. She's like, so she'll just like do it really quick and try to like scoop up water and ash together and then like close it really fast. And then I don't think she pulls on a ritual she knows, because of the visions. She's just gonna assume that it mixing with the water will just help, and she's just like, okay. I think what she says is, Father, can you help me here? I need help. Baba.
Well, I like that.
Oh,
All right,
shit.
Summon the tuna.
let's that roll plus lore.
Ooh.
Or I guess you're attuned. Roll plus bravery,
Yes.
because that's kind of what you're doing here. Yeah.
Full of fucking
Nice.
aqua lad.
She's like, I hope this is what that vision meant. It means you'll help me, right?
Yeah.
Yes, got a 10.
Oh, all right. So your roll is upgraded.
Ooh.
7. So that's a 7 to 9. What do you pick from the list, Win?
I inflict a savage, terrifying harm.
Yeah. So this ash is caught in the in the current for a moment, and I think there's like some you tried, you were very good, but some of it still got out, and it kind of sparks. It gleams for a moment like motes of starlight that pierce the flesh of storm clouds at dusk, and then you bring your axe down, and
Yeah.
there's that venomous light for a moment, and storm clouds kind of looks up strangely at peace. Then it's not completely gone. And we have that like Assassin's Creed moment here real quick.
Yes.
Like
Wait.
Shut the fuck up. Get your spirit moment.
Let me have it.
because this conversation is not happening in reality,
Oh.
but it's in a moment. It's in your heart.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a walk and talk with this fucking fire spirit. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
wait.
Wait, no, I was like, wait, what? What? Assassin's Creed?
Oh, wait.
moment?
No. This
I'm
is
not sure which type.
Ah.
I think there's like a sorrow in storm clouds at dusk, but there's a kind of relief as well. Why? Why do you fight for them?
You wouldn't understand. What's not gone?
A kind of weak arm reaches up and like right here. Perhaps you still have fangs. Though the serpent is gone, its teeth remain. And they're gone. I think that touch happened in reality.
Yeah.
And the water vanishes as well. Well, it disappears back to whence it came, but there's still like it drips from the ceiling, and it is incredibly moist in here now. Many of the raiders, you hear a thump, 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 and many of the raiders and woven warriors. That whole thing shakes. The crab mech is hardy though; it landed on its back, so it's like
It's just like wiggling its legs.
And I think when the last thing you see is like as the light kind of leaves storm clouds, you see like a flicker in the crab mech.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, it's
In a good way.
what I'm telegraphing here is this is a good thing. It's like Stormcloud's spirit has gone in there, and now it kind of becomes active but ready.
Oh shit!
Ooh.
No, we're fucked.
That's so cool.
That's cool. For anyone who wasn't around for our world building episodes, usually our mechs are powered by like an elemental spirit of the land that you do a Pacific Rim drift with.
Mm-hmm.
This one got a ghost in it.
I thought I would be the last person to engage with the mechs and spirits, so I didn't pay attention to any of that.
Spirits, Max? Nah.
There's lore in this game?
Now they're part of the Hua, which we have said kind of lean more or they were brought back by magic from the Hua. So, but it seems like
Yeah.
you've driven away that foul curse, and instead it's something new.
So I imagine like it goes from like the yellow green to more like a bluish green sort of glow.
Yeah. More like a river serpent kind of a glow.
Yeah. Oh fuck. Yes. Like I imagine like all the raiders and like the woven and stuff, like they cheer and like they celebrate as the victory, as like the enemy is routed and like their leaders are gone, but Wien is just very quiet and like kneels down and like I think they go over to like another like probably one of the ghosts of the serpent like takes off like some rain cloak poncho type of thing and like starts wrapping up Stormcloud, wraps up their cousin. I think no, they now that they are like sort of no longer tainted, like they start thinking of them mentally. They don't say it out loud, but they start wrapping Lian back up, ready to be buried.
Them and
Or, like, handled.
yeah, no, I like there's right. I think that's the kind of the like there's celebration in the background, but when with their cousin and Quatemok being tended to by the woven, like there's that somber moment as well. Vib, you kind of feel a strange sense of peace wash over you for a moment, and that's where we're going to go to break, folks. We'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, so grab a snack, grab a drink, stretch, move your body. Remember that you are a skeleton piloting a meat mech, so take care of your muscles. And we'll see you then. We're going to run an ad break, this time for real, to the channel, but we'll see you soon. Woo!
Ooh.
Welcome back, everyone, to part 2 of Haven. So, we'll leave behind the ancient temple and hop over to Skyfire Peak, where it's heating up.
Oh.
When we rejoin, Shochi, you're sitting in a plaza, right? Like an old style plaza where people would just gather. You're meeting with some spirits. You've been talking with a few. What are they like?
The spirits?
Mhm.
I think these spirits, we found the ones that are like, I think the most humanoid, like similar to the servant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we have difficulty relating to these big abstract ideas. Like Mithra and Chimali obviously don't seem to have that problem.
Right.
But we're extremely suspicious of all of these creatures. They are not in our wheelhouse, and so like we've tried to find the ones that are closest to what we know
Mm-hmm.
when we think about like the spirits of the dead.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're probably like whatever these creatures' nuances are like. I think they're probably like a little more consistently human, or at least have like a bit of a better understanding of humans.
Yeah. I think they are recognizable as like artisans, painters and sculptors and that sorts of things, because that's like the ones that would be most human are the ones who retain their memories of being forgers and who are more recent. They are kind of intrigued by the idea of this. It was not so long ago that the things weren't like this, but they've also always been like this. But it wasn't that long ago that things were always like this. Before they were always like this, when they were as they were before.
Did you understand all of that?
Not a word.
Of course. Yes. We begin to understand more the longer that we speak with you. The greater understanding we have of your context. You will forgive us. Our customs are very different than yours. We come from, well, we've learned to subsist below the earth. And so spirits of your caliber are an exciting opportunity for us to learn of the land.
We are happy to teach, to do something besides burn, to have purpose again.
Yes, our understanding is that you are relatively recent arrivals in this form and state.
Yes. And they kind of nudge the smallest of the four. Junior here is only 150.
Only. You don't look a day over 149.
Well, you know, we can't all get it.
We Shochi jabs one of the bone wardens in the elbow.
Excuse me.
It's very interesting. We are relative newcomers to this land ourselves.
You fit well here. There's a firmness to you, a surety.
I suppose you could say that. We've had to learn to be tenacious. In our past, we had a great many difficulties to contend with in our previous homeland, and since coming to this land, they unfortunately have not changed. But it's interesting to see how, no matter where you go, some problems are universal.
It's true even for us. You would think becoming a spirit of fire, your troubles would all. But they change. Things are the same no matter where you go, which I guess is comforting, but also,
Yes. A lot to take in, certainly. We, I hope you will forgive us for being forward. My people are struggling now. There is a number of struggles that we have. You may be familiar with our souls, the souls of our arbiters, the guardians of history. We have done much for them and received little in return. And our people, my people, find ourselves struggling to connect with your kind. I am but a humble envoy. I do not pretend to speak for all of my people. I only wish to speak the desires that lie in the back of our minds, that some of us are too afraid to say out loud.
If the rest of your people are as kind as you, it seems a tragedy that such misfortune has befallen your people, your family. Well, whatever we can do to help. And
Well,
this
that
is
is-
one of the older of the four.
Yeah. And I think Shochi takes the dagger out, and just places it on the table and kind of runs her finger along the obsidian. Our people are accustomed to heat. We were for a long time. We have worked flame and glass and sand. We know what it is to be close to fire without being burned. I wonder, would your kind become closer with us, as you've done with the fire that split here?
They breathe in, and in that space, I think that's find common ground.
That is, I think so. Survey says, cunning. What is my again?
And you can roll with advantage on this one
Ooh.
because of your. They want to help you.
All right. I've got a 5 and a 1.
Hmm.
All right. I'll take the advantage because my other roll is a 6.
There you go.
And I already have 2 cunning. So that's a 13.
All right. They would like to add some specific things to the task.
Yep.
Well, if we're going to help your people and teach them, we'll need a place to stay, of course. We wouldn't want to impose on you, so we could perhaps build ourselves a home, and perhaps bring more than just the 4 of us. I mean, we need enough to get a proper school going, or not, maybe not a school, but to have a presence and to offer assistance.
There is no need to fear. There is a mountain like this, not far. Some of my people have formed a settlement there.
Well, that's all well and good, but they kind of look very, very sheepish. We would like to dwell with you with the people that have this surety, that have a certainty that are even, and they kind of look around, even our people did not have when we were, you know? I mean, we're all a little, and they just kind of all collectively make various like artistic shapes, you know, expressing flightiness as best as they can.
They start to flicker, kind of like. Whoa.
I wonder how long it's been since you've seen a tapestry. But the looms that we work are not just metaphorical. We bind thousands of threads of all fabrics and textiles from across the lands. We've woven them to represent where we come from, where we've been, and where we are going. And we weave them strong. It is not just a pretty thing that you adorn your body with, but it's something that protects you. Something that keeps you strong. When you are woven, you are one.
And
Would you have us weave you?
as you say that, as you say, when you are woven, you are one. Like you can see a change come across them as like little subtle threads of flame. It's there for a moment and then it vanishes, but it's there. They want to add. We live within covenant, and teach our ways and the ways of the land to all who come. To the task. So it's not just you, but they will happily go with you and give a surplus attunement.
I will ask for our leader's forgiveness, not his permission. But I will show you where our people reside, and we will teach what we know as you teach what you know.
Not everyone can get it, but you, says Junior.
Oh, good.
Sure, she can get it.
You flatter me. Sure. I'm trying something new this session. I'm trying to channel some big Megara energy.
Fuck yeah.
Good.
Let's briefly cut over to Chamali, who is learning, who has learned a ritual, right? You can only we assigned the condition to it, which is you can only you cannot perform it, you know, on spirits of fire, but you have learned how to shape flame or heat into a building, right, or into something that will enhance a building. It's a ritual you can do to shape fire or heat into a shelter, let's say, and then you can kind of apply that broadly. In order to teach, though, you've befriended one of the artisans here, one of the more like distant spirits, and I think it's been like a very much a back and forth of a no, you need to try, you need to not just work the fire, but you need to become it.
Cool.
No, don't stick your hand in the flame. Imagine the. May I show you? Can I?
And I think she's very like, oh, sure, whatever you need to do.
And there's a prickling heat as they step into your body.
Yes, cool.
Oh.
And kind of guide your hands through the motion, and then they step out and say, "Now, see, like that."
That's great. I think I might want to roll to find common ground with them.
Mm-hmm.
Or not find common ground. To my ambassador
Your
specific.
ambassador move.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have one of them, which wow really applies in that case.
Okay.
Let me look up exactly the wording on that one. Here we go.
Is it one of them or?
Yeah, one of them is the one I'm thinking of.
So, when you mimic the customs and mannerisms of the people you're dealing with, roll plus cunning. On a 10+, you duplicate their manners effortlessly, they're at ease and will trust you and consider your words. On a 7 to 9, something is lacking in your mimicry. On a miss, you've veered into caricature and have given great insult.
Yeah. So I think what she's doing is, as the two of them are working together, is sort of increasingly taking on the mannerisms of this smith, and like, you know, sitting in the way that they sit, and like holding her hammer the way that they hold it and things. And yeah. So I will roll for
that cunning.
that. Is that still with disadvantage?
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie. See how it goes. Okay, we got, oh boy. I got a 4 plus 2 is 6. Rough.
You do give great insult. No, you're doing it all wrong. Look, I'm terribly sorry, but if I'm going to teach you this, we're going to have to cohabitate.
Oh.
Cool. So she's like, so you could just sort of like move in?
Yes.
Interesting. You know, much of the ancient knowledge that you have has been lost, and I admit I did think it was a little sad to see flames that had no forge to contain them. If that would be all right with you, I would be honored to carry you forth into the world and let you continue to share your art.
How do you move in this thing? the spirit kind of like moves your arms. It's like,
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and if we get a view from outside, and like her eyes are just like lit up with fire in her mouth, right?
and I think we kind of jump from there to Chimali and their flame spirit collectively walking by the plaza where Shochi has been dealing with the fire spirits as well. You see a very distracted looking Chimali kind of approaching.
I see you've been busy.
Yep, we have.
We've been very busy. We've had much to teach.
And much to learn.
I hope it is.
Your voice is coming out of the same mouth.
Oh my god.
I see.
Do you notice anything different about me? I didn't get a haircut.
I'm glad that you're reconnecting with your heritage.
You could say that. Yep. Pretty connected.
Well,
pretty cool.
It's become distressingly clear to me that you are much too fragile. You would not survive transformation into one of us. We should. Well, I can't even speak to the lot of you. Your right arm, Chimali, and left foot both gesture at the Shochi and the Bone Wardens.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Before the sky spirits arrive, we must get you out of here. This is no place for fragile things.
That is wisest. We are less comfortable among
Less-
your kind's presence, though we have much to learn. We are,
Yeah.
in time, perhaps, we could withstand your glory.
My glory, yes. You gesture again, Jamali. Of course, There won't be much time for that at all if the speaker has their way, trying to restore an old kingdom of flame. Our time has passed. Our mountain is dormant.
Well, about that, it actually just erupted. That's
Yes,
part of
yes,
why-
I know. The speaker wants to remake this place to be the as it was before you all showed up.
Oh, is that?
Not,
That's
I
what's
mean-
up. That's good to know. That's good to know. Okay.
there was a time when the fire and the sky spoke to each other here at this place. When a mote of sky came down and visited us. I remember it still. Most people will tell you that it was a time that none remember. I recall the yearning glances, the loving looks.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, you must tell me about it more later, and I can draw it.
Ugh, well, I'll do my best. I don't know how you draw anything with these.
It takes some getting used to, but I think you'll get the hang of it.
It was a different time. This is your world. We've felt you scrabbling around the old pathways. More trouble than they're worth, if you ask me.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
remember a time when they were active? The gates were open?
A place for the spirit realm to pass within this world? Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, in time immemorial, when a great catastrophe was going to strike this place. Waters were receding, flames were boiling, plates were shifting deep beneath the ground. Do you know about tectonic plates? Do you understand faults?
Yeah, the movements of the earth.
Yeah, all of that was happening. Let me tell you. Not like it does these days.
That's so fascinating. I'm sure it must have been very troublesome to live through, or not, perhaps.
Not for us. Not for you, but change has a way of enacting a toll. For a time, you all dwelt within the realm of the spirits.
All.
Those gates were not meant to be opened again. They were there for a time. They bind the land together, but they also bind the land to the... You know, and your arms just kind of vaguely gesture around.
That is very useful information. I think I've turned to like some sort of a window and like polished it so I can have a little mirror surface to talk to myself in. We should definitely deliver this information to the arbiters of the land. In their wisdom, I'm sure they'll know what to do with it.
No, the land here is wounded, terribly wounded.
Yes, I wish we could figure out how to heal it.
Perhaps Mithra will be able to shed some light on the situation.
Speaking of whom, you are within the spire of flame, Mithra. You and the speaker have been conversing.
Yeah.
You're sitting right now in a very well appointed study. I think this is the speaker's personal quarters. It is a very regal, almost imperial kind of place. Like it's
Uh-huh.
well laid out. It's rich. Everything's made of kind of heat and flame, but you know,
Yeah.
it's there's like long curtains around windows. The air in here is comfortable to you.
Oh, it's very good. So like, I think like Mithra's gotten comfortable. They've probably done a little bit of talking, and I think like it's been like kind of casual talk of like, oh, like what is this place, and like how long has it been here, and so, you know, just like small things, and then eventually Mithra kind of, as they got settled, Mithra's like, oh, speaker, the true reason why I have asked my friends, my dear comrades down there, to make the journey into this land, I told you before, was so that we could open the gate before the arbiters do. And I know you are one of the land, and the arbiters also are. They speak for the land. So I wish to mean no ill. But my people, we do not draw power from the land like the rest of y'all. The rest of them do. We draw power from ourselves, from the flame within. But I wish to learn. For I worry that my people have chosen not to grow and tend to the flames of themselves, but instead follow the arbiters and not join the new age as we should be moving towards. I hope that isn't you. I hope that doesn't upset you in any way, but this and like, just, you know, she gestures and then like kind of points outward towards the sky, like, and the gates, these are incredible power that should belong to not to the arbiters but to us. And so I seek to learn from you what my people refuse to learn.
We see your flame flickers. You are but an ember.
I feel like Mithra actually kind of doesn't find that like cute. Is all like, wait, I've worked very hard to tend this flame, but won't say anything. You know, like you kind of see, you see a little bit of it in his face.
We mean no insult, but rather you focus on the flame within. You cultivate that at the expense of the flame without.
I find the flame within to be the most important. It is where power is drawn from, is it not? Does it not take a person with a strong fire themselves to contain and control fire outside?
You speak of the two as though they are separate. In your mind, they are separate. In your heart, they are separate. You strengthen the body to control the spirit. You strengthen the spirit to fuel the body. Look there. And the spirit gestures up, and that kind of shimmering window, now more than half solid, has is starry for a moment, but then the lights fade, and it is utter void and emptiness.
Mhm.
What do you feel? What do you think of that?
To be honest, I feel in awe and in fear.
Why do you fear?
We do not know what these gates do, and I worry for the people of this land. We follow blindly.
And yet, even looking open, you do not see what truly is there. The gates, as you call them, were woven once in the distant past by your forebears. They allowed our world and yours to exist in a way that neither had. The land and its people truly were one. For a time of change. When the waters receded and the fires stilled, you emerged, changed.
Do we...
The gates link your land.
That is what we've been told.
Why would you open them?
So that we may be one?
Why would you open them?
So I can be there.
You are already there. I am misunderstood by so many. I feel that perhaps you might understand. Come here and repaired a gate, a pathway. You have come to, I know not, truthfully. My subjects believe I mean to return this place, to re-establish a dominion of flame. I fear many of them would do so if given the chance. I speak for the flames, but I am not them, and they are not me. The flames here have been changed by you very long ago. They were once much more and became less, became bound by greed and driven by compassion. They became... And the speaker gestures. They were sundered.
Yeah.
Split. Fire and form. And now, many of them want to return. They seek a return to a land they cannot see, no longer exists. To a land that may never have existed. I want to return to the sky.
Is this your final plan?
Yes.
When you leave, what will happen to the land? Are you leaving?
Can anything truly leave? Is anything ever truly gone?
Well, and I think like Mithra starts to kind of I think at some point has gotten up, like has already kind of is kind of pacing and is like, well, you know, we believe the spirits of the land stay and then come back and then reform and come back. Many of us believe this.
What do you believe?
Well, I should believe that too. But the Empire has stopped that cycle before. And if these gates open, what happens next?
If these gates open, what you see here happens. Across the land. Perhaps you can tame these gates and find some use for them. But the land is broken. It is injured. It cannot breathe. It cannot sleep. It cannot rest. It cannot grow. It is pierced. It is fixed. It is bound. And opening these gates merely means binding more of it.
Oh. Okay, I'm gonna now officially try and trigger Outsider. My role change.
Yes.
Mark, when you seek the tutelage of a spirit of the land, say what way you are warped by the pilgrimage in mind or body. The GM says what you'll need to do to win the spirit's approval. And I think like I'll trigger this in saying like this, all of this is like Mithra is like pacing. You just hear the jingles of like the, you know, like the anklet bells and like of the sword that I think she's like carrying kind of weird ways. Like she's anxiously like carrying this giant sword around with its bells and its like camphor smoke. And then I think like kind of stops and says, Speaker, I am a healer. That is who I am. It is what I do. It is what I have dedicated my life to. These flames in me do not burn. They do not hurt, but they warm and they tend. What you are telling me is changing so much of what I believe needs to be done in this land. I worry about it. That is why I have come to you. That is why I am like. That is why I worry about the Arbiter's will and the direction of my people. I mean, they tried to silence me forever because of these worries, and please, I must know how to heal this land for its sake, for the sake of the people.
We will teach you. Gather your friends. How has Mithra changed?
I think so. Physically, I'm kind of wondering, like, physically what, kind of, like, maybe, like her hands or like her appendages kind of start to look a little bit more like burnt wood. Like they kind of have like a weird, like, burnt texture to them. As if they're like being spent, you know, like it's like, oh, they're kind of embery. And in their mind, they're a little less carefree.
Yeah.
They're a little bit more like, well, like they've literally seen more now. They're like,
Yeah,
oh, there's
kind of a burden with that.
Yeah, it's like,
I
oh
think-
shit, there's a whole spirit land.
I think the spirit kind of directs you to go gather
Mhm.
your friends, and lets you walk to be alone with your thoughts
Mhm.
as you process the change. I will tell you what the spirit wants to know or wants to gain your approval. You will need to find a way to use these gates to do more than just open them, than just finish them. You will need to learn, you will need to do something with them. And I think the spirit wants to see what you would do, or what the group collectively would do. And as the three of you gather, the speaker in flames demonstrates the power of the gates, kind of sweeping you outside to where walking across the lava and making a safe path for you to walk across to the gate that's been completed here, and they open it.
Oh.
And Win and Veeb in the temple, the water returns, this time in a much more formal, much more calm, ordered fashion, and it sweeps away, and you are standing at Skyfire Peak.
Mm.
Oh, we've. Hello.
This is one way that these have been used. But that divides the land as much as it unites it. Stars are in the sky, and the moon is rising slowly.
I think I'm gonna look down and see what the city looks like from this vantage. The parts that are covered in lava and things. Is there anything new that I can see from up here?
Yeah, the lava here is no longer a lake of lava. It is a city. It is an old city. It matches the style of architecture from the house before it was split, before it was sundered.
Interesting.
And now the spirits of flame wander its paths, kind of looking. It's like they're playing the roles of the people here. They're not actually doing it. They're just sort of like, it's like what they know, but it's not any real thing. Like a spirit is pushing a cart that has nothing in it. They kind of stand at stalls, handing things back and forth before nodding and then both walking away. That sort of a thing.
Rutabaga.
That's great. And I think that Shamali's brow kind of furrows in worry as she sees this. And she says, we can't let things stay this way, no. I can't let things stay this way. I think that our two peoples can learn much from each other and can achieve much but we need to work hard, like we always do.
Shochi,
Mhm.
when that gate opened,
Yeah.
this place became less real. You can still see the solid earth beneath, but everything is shimmery.
Well, that's good.
Sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to.
No worries, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that's like happening as you're speaking.
Yeah. So I think she's gonna say, I have seen some of the past glories of our house, and I have done some work so far to help promote the Forgers and to help bring our light to the rest of the world. They call me Radiance as an ambassador, but to tell the truth, I have been hiding my light. And I think now I know what we need to do. So I'm going to take the leader role. Mark, when you promise the house luxuries, if you do what they say, you say how you've improved their lot already, and the GM says what they now expect from you.
All right. Yeah. How have you improved their lot already?
I think I have improved their lot by helping to rescue the city and by forming a peace with the fire spirits.
I think that your house expects you, Chimali, to do something to shape how these gates change and what they do. I don't think they want what the Arbiters want either.
Cool, nice. Maybe as I sort of like take up that mantle, she blinks and then like one of her eyes lights up at that fire, so she's just got one regular eye and one flaming eye.
Your friend is still
Yeah,
a
my friend's
passenger.
still there.
They will be for a while.
Sick.
All right. Win. Here you are.
I think Win, very, very unsettled by how they have arrived at this place, but quickly is able to surmise that they are out of their depth, and this is not a time to be talking. Not for Win. But once like sort of the big grand speech and everything goes over, and like Win kind of like is like, oh, they stopped talking. Okay, so I can. Okay. So Win goes up to Shochi and like digs out of like a hip bag Kotemuk's knife.
Oh,
Kotemuk's jawbone obsidian knife, and like a macrame necklace that I mentioned Kotemuk wore, and like sort of presents them to Shochi, and says that his remains have been taken by your people in your ways, and I cannot say if he died bravely, but he was instrumental to our victory in the Kelp Forest.
did you kill him?
I did not kill him, but I certainly had a hand in it, indirectly.
I wish you had been the one with your hand on the blade.
I see.
Kotemuk's service is noted. His dedication to the cause, unto our people, was admirable. 'Tis Paul will shed more tears than I will.
Understood. Rue, that thing I asked in chat, that's a serious question.
That is fine by me.
Okay. So, yeah. When they will say the invader was routed, but they are not gone, I will stop at nothing until they are rooted out of our lands. And until such time, the forest is ours.
Oh,
Your people need to leave. And like, Win looks at Shochi, referring to the woven like military force there, and like makes a point to look at Veeb, like
Veeb is like
the gate is ours.
Veeb is she's expressionless, but her hand, like, as soon as you started in on this, like, just goes to a dagger that she has that, I'm gonna say it's a dagger that Wynn gave her
Yeah.
when she was younger.
It's like a fishbone knife.
And it just, like, goes there, and she's just got, like, a fist on it.
Mhm.
And she's like...
Go ahead.
Wynn, like, sort of, like, stands with, like, hands at, like, hip level, but, like, out and open. Like, if an invitation, like, if you feel called, have at the.
And I think Shochi comes up behind and like has her hand on Veeb's shoulder and like kneels and is like locking eyes with Wynn while looking at Veeb, or like while touching
Yeah.
Veeb's shoulder. Child, you and I have sat in council for some time now. You have heard my words, and I have heard yours. If you truly have hatred in your heart, and you feel that your honor will be reclaimed by drawing steel here and now, in this moment, it will not stop you. But I will encourage you to consider what you are throwing away. Your people need you. They don't need a corpse.
I think Wynn will go so far as to look at Chamali and Mitra and say, "Witness, I forgo any rights of vengeance upon any person here who wishes to face me in return for the statements made and the claim to the forest."
Would this?
All eyes turn to Veeb.
Whoops.
Go ahead, Viditi. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. I just have a question. Would this count as breaking your promise to not do anything fucking careless?
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Who gets to define what's careless?
We'll get to that in a second.
The oath taker.
Oh, the no.
No.
Giving up a central position to like a non-military force? That'd be careless.
Veeb, what do you like? Like you can feel it. The whole energy of this place is on you.
If you want, we can open up next episode with a duel.
Veeb still has her hand on the dagger, but she hasn't made any other movements or anything. The only thing that's tense about her is her hand on her dagger. Otherwise, everything else seems like Sochi would feel like she doesn't feel super tense or anything. And she just let's see. Yeah, she would look at Wynn. She looks at Wynn and is like, if your people are already there, then my fight isn't with you. The Ashes will remember this. And then puts her hand off of the dagger for now. The ancestors will remember it too.
Do you see? Says the speaker, speaking, and it is late now, indeed. The moon is high. It has not crossed the ring, but it is very nearly there. They have resolved their troubles. Those of you who dream of returning to the world as it was, these are this land's caretakers. No blood has been spilled here. Hatred flickers, but like a forge it is tempered. Bonds are broken and forged anew in different directions. The time has come. I depart. I do not leave this place to you, children.
Oh.
Take it if you will, but it is theirs. When the moon crosses the ring and the sky opens up and starlight streams down is for a moment. It's dark and light together. The darkness of space, of void, and the light of the flame. You can kind of, the spirit of the sky is not like some shining thing, but rather like a mirror of the flame, a shape of void with 2 points of starlight for eyes.
Mm.
The two embrace and vanish. The moon crosses the ring, and the stars, they fade. The gate here is still open, though. Beyond it lies swirling clouds floating, drifting in space. You feel that there is a moment here, right? The gate is open, and it could be changed. It is vulnerable. It is weak. It is open, truly, to anything. This age has brought the 5 of you here. This age has brought heroes and warriors, has brought teachers and spies, people interested in the world and people weary of it, to this moment. What do you do?
Oh.
Wheaton walks through the gate.
I love it.
Whoa!
Oh, jeez.
And the rest of you?
I don't think Mithra walks through the gate.
Mhm.
I think Mithra walks in the other direction.
And Veeb also does not walk through the gates.
I think I would walk up and like put a hand on the structure of the gate
Mhm.
and feel it and like the connection of it going down into the earth.
Yeah, you feel that moment, and you can kind of sense the land for a moment. You sense the area around the mountain, but you feel something sharp piercing your palm. There's a scar, and then distantly you feel in your other hand cool, damp, soothing water. But again, another point of pressure, this time further up your elbow. You sense how the land is broken.
Nice.
I think before Mithra kind of like walks off, we'll stop by Shochi and we'll kind of like say to her like, I feel like I was wrong about. Well, actually, I don't know what I was wrong about and what I was right about anymore. You know, Sir Shochi, I always felt like you knew everything. Because you had so much information at your fingertips. I wish you the best of luck with what comes ahead.
I
And then,
still
like-
owe you.
Oh.
Kept your life safe before. Wherever you go, I will have my eyes watching over you.
There's a moment. This gate is open and it is working, and it will close, but you all know instinctively that it is open, and My question for you is, do you tell the Arbiters? Do you report back? You are the only living souls here. Do you tell the Arbiters?
I think I would, yeah. Like,
I think-
reading through this connection to the land to them, you mean? Like right now?
No, like after you left this place.
Okay, yeah.
And the rest of you?
Do the arbiters ask? Or we?
No,
is it
no.
like they, okay.
It's like going
Okay.
out from here. What would
Yeah.
your characters say about what happened here?
Oh, nothing.
Mm.
Well, yeah, definitely not you.
Yeah, no, we just we bury the gate in the forest.
Oh wow.
Oh dang.
No. Mithra's like, I'm off.
Mhm.
Mithra's like, there is something wrong, and does not tell anyone about it.
And Shochi?
We still have our leaders under the earth that are trying desperately, as far as we know, to comprehend the nature of the land. We've lost people before. We can't afford to do that until we find them. And if that means we deny the arbiters the truth, we're already damned in their eyes.
Interesting.
And Shochi specifically is like, I want all the cards.
Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
definitely.
That makes
And
sense.
that's why she doesn't go through the gate, because she has too many schemes to enact.
Also, I think as Jamali was touching the gate, she was like murmuring that out loud, so you all probably know what she knows about that too.
Yeah.
Oh,
If
And,
you're listening.
Oh yeah. And Veeb?
Yeah, Veeb wouldn't tell the Arbiters. However, she would tell the other council members, and I have not decided yet if one of them would tell an Arbiter.
So I think we kind of leave here. I think the situation coming out of all of this is the land, the people of Haven, the Arbiters know that the gate at Skyfire Peak has been repaired and has been opened and is working. What they don't know, what your houses do, is that the other gates have been opened as well. And I think we'll figure out in between now and next time which is controlled by which house and what you all are doing with them. But I think that's where this age ends. I think when we come back, it'll be 10 years later. 10 years of maneuvering and, unease, but relative peace. There are no plots by the Hua, no incursions by spirits, no crises, no events that define the age nearly as much as this one. Maybe it's 15 years later, but sometime around there. The world turns, and when we come back next no plots that threaten the land, right? Nothing major.
You're good.
But when we come back, it'll be later, and we'll start with the turning of the age next time on Haven, a land reclaimed.
Oh.
Thank you all so much for joining us. It's arc 1 done. We got 5 episodes left. Each one is going to be even more action and intrigue and character
Yes.
packed than the last. We're going to see what happens to this world. We're going to kind of continue the story of Haven and its people. And we're going to see maybe some familiar faces, maybe some new characters. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to probably talk about it more off screen and share that with you all next time. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for spending your Wednesday with us. We are so grateful to you all. It's such a treat to get to play and share this with with people who are here and who are interested and who want to be here. We want you here. We love this world, and you're all welcome to it. So we'll see you next week. Be sure and check out the rest of All Nerds Here's stuff. There's the I'm good at City of Mists,
Yeah.
which is happening on Sunday.
That's great.
So be sure and tune in for that. Also, you will find Simon there. So Simon, why don't you go ahead and start our outros?
Yeah, I had to give Swetia the little hair tie because we all have long hair in quarantine. My name is Simon. You can find me on Twitter at Lucha Libris. I design tabletop role-playing games that you can purchase and play over at colorspraygames.itch.io. I am a voice actor for the Penumbra Podcast, which is a queer sci-fi and fantasy audio drama. If you want to see yourself represented in stories, you can go to @thepenumbrapod on Twitter, thepenumbrapodcast.com, and listen wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. I am a professional GM for Magpie Games, magpiegames.com/curated-play. Gets you information on how to get linked up with me or many other fantastic GMs running games like Masks and Bluebeard's Bride. I'm not running anything in November because I'm working on Root, the role-playing game, which is extremely exciting. Cat's out of the bag on that sucker, so keep your eyes peeled for more information about my content for the game. Also, again, come back on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern for our City of Mist game that I'm in. And there's another show coming up on the 15th on Go_JG.
Oh, that's unannounced.
Details of which are not announced fully. So. That's it. That's all my stuff.
Yeah. Next up, of course, is Alex.
Hey there, I'm Alex. You can check out my role-playing games at itch.io/Fractal Dragon. I'm on Twitter at @AFractalDragon, and you can throw me a follow over there. I have also just recently started streaming some video games, been playing some Hades and some Fantasy Strike on my channel, so you can check that out at twitch.tv/FractalDragon as well. As in addition to this show, I am on Chimera Cape and Blade on Fridays, every other Friday. That's coming up this week. We have a very cool superhero fantasy mashup game going on. It's really neat, so check that out.
And then, of course, we've got Rue.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rue. I was the Ashes of Prithvi and Vib. You can find me at Cherry Drop on Twitter. I do production in a few other places like Valor Games, so you can find me there.
And then, of course, we've got Viditya.
Hello, I'm Viditya. You can find me on Twitter at VidityaValetti. At VidityaValetti. You can buy my games at vidityavaletti.io or support me on Patreon at patreon.com/VidityaValetti. All the links are down there. You can also you can listen to my podcast, Viditya's Dice Corner, on I think most podcast listening apps. I know it's on Spotify. I know it's on other things. You just search my name. I think the only thing I need to announce today is usually I stream on twitch.tv/VidityaValetti, and normally I do Thursdays. I try and do like an hour craft, which is a fun design hangout thing, where I hang out with a fellow designer and play Minecraft. But tomorrow instead starts Metatopia, and I am going to be on 2 Metatopia panels. Tomorrow at 7:30, I will be talking about GM-less games. Me and J Dragon and AC are going to be talking about GM-less games. So come by if you find that interesting. I have a lot to talk about them. And then on Sunday at 3 p.m. I have another panel about kind of like getting started in and publishing in the tabletop industry, where I will be representing kind of like the itch scene and what it's like to self-publish and like figure out how to work through the itch scene and talk about various genres of games that do well in other places. So that's me. Metatopia is weird, so I don't have a place to link for that. So follow me on Twitter. Metatopia is the design of that con is awful. It's a fun time, but God, their online presence is bad, and they know it. It's like, I'm not afraid to say this. Everyone knows it. Their website is stuck in the early 2000s, and I hate it. Go on.
Speaking of online presences, Kevin.
Hey, you can block me on Twitter at twitter.com/knit_knack. You can buy my games and rate them as you will, as you see fit, including some games about colonialism. If you want to play out the people of the jungle that are being colonized by the mean people in the boats, buy Before the Boats or They Took Our War on winconditions.itch.io. But otherwise, please check out a brand new game coming out tomorrow. Chicken Police, coming to Steam, PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch. A narrative-driven adventure with complex interrogation system and mystery-solving detective play. Interrogate suspects and collect essential information not only about the case, but about the city and even your own past. This game has no right being as good as it is. Seriously, check out Chicken Police. And soon on Simon's Twitch, Simon has promised to stream Chicken Police.
I'm my OBS set up on my laptop, but I think tomorrow. Thank you for reminding me. Twitch.tv/Libris, I guess. I'm gonna get a setup and I'm gonna stream this friggin' game.
That is so good.
Awesome.
Take all the games you would spend on my games otherwise, and go buy Chicken Police.
And then tune in tomorrow for a Chicken Police stream, and you can find out which came first, the Chicken Police or the Egg Police. I am the one making you feel that way right now. My name is JR. You can find the RPG articles I write on Bella Souls. You can also find games that I have written for in all around. Recently, there's the Pro Player's Guide to Heist, which is out on itch.io right now, as well as the upcoming Monster Care Squad. I got a few other things cooking that I can't say anything about yet, but will soon, so that'll be fun. Thank you all again just for being here. Like, it's hard right now. Like, doing anything is hard, so it means a lot that you're here. Also, all of you who are playing this game with me right now, like I'm so grateful for all of you. Like, little communities like this are so important. It's, you know, honestly, it's one of the most important things you can have right now. So, like, the people that are close to you, that you trust, that you welcome, like, hold them close as we kind of go into this uncertain future, and keep making spaces that are accepting and welcoming of the people that you want to see there, of everyone, of diverse faces and voices and perspectives, because we're all better when we are different together. If it was all just the same voice shouting the same thing, I mean, that's how you get, like, Uber but for dogs, and nobody wants that. What we want is each other. So reach out to each other, do what you can. Let's get through this next week, and we'll be back 10 years later, which, I mean, literally, also it will be 10 years later by then. So thank you all. If Kupo Knight is still streaming, we're gonna go raid them. And it's gonna be great. They're playing Dragon Quest 11. So that'll be super exciting. That's more cool fantasy nonsense. So let's go JRP. Oh man, I just realized JRPG. That's what I'm.
Oh my god,
that's
what
I'm.
Not capitalize on that.
That's so
you
good.
gotta. Oh wow.
That's so.
I gotta figure. I'm gonna rebrand. I'm gonna launch something. Thank you all for tuning in. Enjoy Kupo Night, and we love you all. See you on Wednesday.
Oh wait,
Tell
we'll
Kupo
show
about Chicken
that
Police.
fan art real quick.
Oh yes, don't forget. We got some fan art.
Yeah.
What is here, and who drew this amazing portrait of Chumali, which you can find by clicking on that tweet right there. It is everything that we dreamed of. Like This is our second piece of fan art so far. Thank you all for sharing your own creativity and imagination with us. That's so great.
Oh, it's so good.
If you know, if someone draws Fungin Dan, seriously, we will share that.
Fungin Dan.
If you find another cool moment like that you liked or found something inspiring, and like share it with you. Creating something is resistance. Like making art is revolution. So do it.
Oh, Fungin Dan.
Now on Viditya's wistful sigh of Fungin Dan, I think
Is the
Great.
Grey Knight Fungin Dan?
Huh?
Is the Grey Knight
Is the
Fungin
Grey
Dan?
Knight Fungin Dan?
bro, is it gay to Fungin Dan?
Oh my god.
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Oh lord.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Gator Fungin
oh no.
Dan.
I take that as a yes.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it is.